this is Jill from Paper Daisy Crafting. Thank you so much for joining me again today. I'm here as a independent Stampin' Up demo here in the UK, and I try and inspire you with ideas for using products that are sold by Stampin' Up. And if you want to purchase anything that you see, if I do inspire you, you can go below and click on my shop, my online shop, or you can click on any of the products. They're all linked below and they'll take you through to my online shop. Or if you're not happy ordering online, just drop me an email and I will, or put a comment on this video and I'll get in touch with you and we can organise your order there. Anyway, today we have this, I'm going to say fancy fold, but it's really a fancy closure. So we've got this circle greeting on the front. It's a gatefold card, but it opens like that. And you've got pansies inside, and it just says a little hello from me to you. Yeah, let's get started. I'm sorry, I'm just thinking because I've changed what I'm going to put on the front, and I'm just thinking I need to change what goes on here as well. But we'll do that when we come to it. Right, I have written down all the measurements here. I'll try and remember to put them on my blog as well. First thing we need is a card blank, and we're going to go with fresh freesia today. Use fresh freesia, and this is an A4 sheet of card. We're going to cut it in half long ways today. So we're going to cut it at 10.5 or 4 1/8 inches, and that will be half this A4 sheet. Like so. So we've got two here. You could make two of these cards with one sheet. And then we need to score at 7 and 14. Now in inches, that is, we've got a piece of cardstock that's 4 1/8 by 11. Oh yes, I've got to cut this down to 11. Let's do that before we do anything. It'll be slightly more than 11 this sheet because it was a whole sheet of so it's 28 it's got to be, yep. Yeah, forgot that. So in inches, it's 4 1/8 by 11, and then you're going to score at 2 3/4 and 8 1/4. But with in centimeters, we're scoring at 7 and 14. I'm hoping I'm doing this right. It's a long while since I made that card that I just showed you, so I am hoping I can turn that round and do this. I put that you score at, I think it's 14 and 21. That's wrong, that measurement on there. I think it's 14 and 21. Yes, let's arrange that. Good job, I noticed that. But you can turn it round and do it at 7 from both ends. And that one will be wrong as well. What will that be? 21, 8 1/4. Oh no, it is 8 1/4. Yeah, that's right. It's right on that one. Right, okay, so let's just burnish those and hope that they meet in the middle. Like I say, it's a long time since I made this card, so I'm just trying to remember what I did when I made it. Oh, they do meet, yay! Just a slight overhang, so I'm just going to trim a tiny bit off because I want them to be flush. So I'm going to trim the tiniest of tiny pieces off there. Luckily, if you've got a nice sharp blade on your cutter, it will do that. It's made it a bit fluffy, actually. I might just have to go back. Actually, what I'm going to do for quickness, I would just go back and just trim that with my scissors, but I'm just going to go with my chopper and just chop that little bit off there to make that a nice clean edge. Right, does that meet now? Yes, that's better. Could do with a little bit on that side as well. Let's just do it with the chopper as well. So you might just need to play around. It's just because unless you measure and score absolutely accurately, you will just get a cut or maybe a discrepancy. So there we go. Like so. Right, that's it. Right, on the front of our card, we have 2 panels of DSP. We're using the lovely Pansy Petals. This was from Pansy Petals, and today we're using a different sheet. We're using this one. Really lovely. So you just need to glue those onto there. This is my second pack of Pansy Petals designer series paper. I used one up, and now I'm using another one up. There we go. Like so. Just position that. You should get a nice border around the edges. Oh, it's so pretty, this paper. It coordinates so well. Actually, it coordinates with so many colours. I tried it with polished pink and it looked lovely with that. But in the end, I decided to go with fresh freesia today. Some of you will know, if you've watched my videos before, that this just spreads out the Tombow. Jez, my friend Jez, has just discovered that you can buy some spreaders that are actually in the makeup category of Amazon, and they're silicone spreaders, so you can use them to spread your glue, and then it just peels off when it dries, which is fab. Right, okay, so let's try and make our closure first of all. So to make our closure, we need one white circle, and we need this scalloped frame. I've actually laid it, I've got two on there to make it just a bit more sturdy, otherwise it was a little bit flimsy. So, is that what I'm cutting out of? I could cut my white section. Oh, I did have a different, I had a circle, yeah, there we go. I've got a stitch circle, but it's too big, so I'm going to cut that again. So I'm just going to pop my grid paper out of the way while I die cut. So these are my layering circle dies. This is the die that I need. It measures 5.5 centimetres or 2 1/8. So if you want to know which circle that is. And I've got a circle here that I'd already, a stitch circle, but this will cut in that out, and I won't waste that one. That was from another project, so always the frugal crafter. I don't want to waste anything. And that will just hopefully just cut off the stitched border. Got a nice frame there now. And then we've got our where's our card? That's our circle that's going to go on there. And then we need the scalloped frame. So to do that, I still need this circle, and then I need this scallop, which is the third biggest. So this is the biggest, that's the next one, this is the third biggest one. And what we're going to do is we're going to, which way around does that go? No, that one first, and then this one will just slip in between there, and it should stay quite still because it just fits in there so that you can produce a frame. So I'll just cut a little bit off here. So making sure that is nice and tight. Like so. There's one of them. And my circle that I just cut, which I don't know what I've done with it now, should fit in there. Let's just finish cutting these and then we'll put everything back and see if we can find it. So just cut another piece of cardstock to do, because I'm going to layer it to make it, just gives it a bit more strength, because it's quite vulnerable where it is in the card for opening and closing. So just make it a bit more sturdy by doing the two layered on top of each other. There we go. There. Right, so I think that's all the die cutting we need to do. So my die cutter can disappear. My dies can go back on their magnetic sheets. I don't know how I end up in such a mess after every crafting session. I end up with everything everywhere. Let's pop them away. Put my grid paper back. And now I've got two frames and a white circle. So let's glue our frames together. So a little bit of Tombow all the way around. Like I say, this is just going to give it a little bit extra strength because it is at quite a vulnerable point on the card. So just squidge these. You'll get some wiggle room with the Tombow. So you want these to layer. If I was trying to layer them in alternately, that would do that. And just because I'm trying to layer it exactly, it doesn't want to do it. So just fiddle with that until you get it. There we go. And if you can, put it under something heavy, just to make sure it goes flat. So we'll leave that to, I'm going to put that under my couple of boxes just to make sure that goes flat as it dries. I'm going to come back to my card blank. I'm going to put a panel inside that I will need to cut down. I don't think I cut one down, did I? No, I didn't. Okay, so this is going to be, this central panel measures 14, so I'm going to cut this at 13. And then this measures 10.5, of course, so I'm going to cut it at 9.5. I'm going to do 13 by 9.5 for my panel inside. There we go. And then that is going to glue inside my card blank. I'm just going to take my bone folder and just push those edges down where it's been cut. You just get a bit of a lip. There we go. So that is going to go in there like that. You look in here. Slightly smaller border on this one. Doesn't really matter as long as you're happy with the size of the border. Doesn't really matter. It can be slightly wider. It can be slightly narrower. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really affect the design. So let's just smooth out all that glue so we get a nice smooth layer of glue. Not everyone does this and not everyone has to do it. It can work perfectly fine without doing it. It's just something I do like to do. So if you find it too much faff, then try without. It means that we don't get any splodges of Tombow outside where we want it. And sometimes the Tombow can be a bit sticky once it dries. Right, there we go. That's the centre of our card. Now I trimmed off those bits and you can slightly see it through, but it won't matter too much because we're going to have the circle over most of that, so it won't matter. Okay, so let's do the inside with the pansies first of all. There's the pansies. That's what we're going to recreate. So I have gone to the sheet of pansy paper. So there's the sheet that we've used for the panels. And then this is the sheet that I've cut 4 leaves from. So that's that. It's got a nice gingham on the back. And then this is the sheet. Let's see if I can find it. This sheet is the sheet that I've cut the pansies that we're going to use. I have got the stamp set, so I could have stamped them. Haven't got the die set, but I have got the stamp set here. So you could create these pansies. If you haven't got the DSP, you could create the pansies. So I have got somewhere here now. Let me move all these out of the way and find all the bits that I've got. I have got 2 pink, which are going to be where the yellow ones are. A purple that still needs to be die cut. I've got leaves. Before I stamped these leaves, but actually I've got die cut them today. I think I'd run out of that paper with the leaves on when I did it before. Like I said, I've had to buy a new. And then I should have 2 little ones as well, which are nowhere to be seen, of course. I can remember cutting them out. I know they're here somewhere. La 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 la, just talk amongst yourselves while I find my bits. How weird. Let's look under here, have they? Ah, are they there? No. Ah, here we go. Here we go, found them. Right, so I've just got 1 leaf and 1 purple daisy pansy to cut out for you. I've die cut all the rest already. So very simply, now you could leave a white border around it if you wanted to. I'm actually cutting very close to the edge. I'm not leaving a white border. It's much easier if you move whatever you're cutting rather than your scissors. If you look, you can see my scissors stay quite still, and I'm just manoeuvring the paper round, and that gives you a little bit more control, allows you to be a bit more accurate. I have to say, of all the scissors that I've used, the snips, the Stampin' Up snips, are the best for doing this. You seem to be able to get really nice fussy cuts. So if you haven't invested in a pair of paper snips yet, maybe they could go on your Christmas list when it comes, or a birthday list, or you might just want to treat yourself. Maybe treat yourself during celebration, so you could order a few more things and get a free item. There we go. The bedazzling paper, I think, is going to be great for Christmas projects. Right, okay, so we've got, oh, now I've got to do a leaf as well. I just left one of these leaves to show you as well. And the leaves, if you look closely, go two ways. I'll show you in a minute. So you need two of each. So 2 of them are leaning left, 2 of them are leaning right. There we go. I'm going to remake this card, I think, with the penguins. I thought that would make quite a nice Christmas card. I might do that later today. Right, okay, so I'm going to put my purple one in the middle. So I'm just going to just check that that is in the middle, just so that I can be really accurate. Sometimes when you're looking at it, you don't see it until afterwards, and then it's too late when it's already stuck down. There we go. So, purple one. And then, on dimensionals, we've got 2 pink ones. Pretty colours these, aren't they? And very lifelike, very like pansies. Very pretty. What should we use? Actually, I've got very little dimensionals left at all. I'm glad I've got an order coming soon with some new ones on, because I'm almost out. Another thing that would be on my definitely must-have list, if I ever have beginners that ask me what are the things that they need to buy, a bone folder will always be on the list, and dimensionals will always be on the list. Putting quite a lot on here. Wouldn't need quite so many if I had any large ones, but I'm really short of large ones at the minute. The 1 centimetre ones. There we go. Like so. And then that is going to go like that. And then another one here. So easy to make this so beautifully with the DSP. It really is a pretty pack of paper. If you haven't got it, it really is pretty, so might be worth thinking about. Not often that I use a whole pack of DSP, but like I said, I've used a whole pack and I'm now on my 2nd pack. So I decided I couldn't get all the way through to the end of the next this catalogue in June without another pack of Pansy Petal paper. There we go. Like so. And then we're going to put 2 little ones, and I've got purple ones again here. I'm going to fit 2 little purple. Oh, don't know if I've got room for 2. Maybe they'll have to go over and above the pink ones. Yeah, they might have to. So I'm just going to put dimensionals down one side of this, because the other one will be leaning on the other one, so it'll be raised up already. Bit of a change of design here. So put that one there, and then another one, last one, and then the leaves are just going to stick straight onto the card background. There we go. Oh, forgot I wasn't going to use, don't need them on really. Need them in the middle really. Let's move one of those into the middle, because the rest of them are resting on the other ones. Can I get this off? Usually they will peel off quite easily. There we go. Put that one might be all right. Put that, and then they're just in the middle. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, just be careful of where you put your dimensionals. Now, like I said, some of these leaves lean right, and some of them, oh, that one leans right. So maybe maybe they do all lean right. Oh, I thought they went opposite ways. They all lean right, or the ones that I've got do anyway. Won't matter too much. So we're going to put one in here. Like so. And one in here like so. And then one under here. One there. And one on the other side. And that's our little pansy posy. I'll have to look at the paper and see if they actually do go two ways, those. Now, I can't use a little hello from me to you, because I'm going to put thank you on the front panel. So I'm going to use this thank you. So it's a lot smaller than the other message, but that doesn't matter. So I'll just find a block. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, oh, now I've got a piece here. So will that fit in? I was going to cut another piece, but actually this looks like it might just, I think it needs a tiny bit cutting off it, a bit too. I think it'll work. I'm going to go with it. Right, okay, so I'm going to stamp thank you in the middle of this piece of cardstock. With fresh freesia. Lovely. Oh, that's quite central. Well done, Jill. Okay, and then I'm just going to come in and I'm going to do two banner ends, but not fishtails. I'm going to do the pointy ones, so they're like the arrow ends. Like so. And then that. I think I might just stamp the thank you straight onto the card rather than have that banner this time. It looked nice with this one because it's a long greeting. It did look bright, but I think that will look better with just thank you stamped. Like that. And then we just need to do the closure. So just remind you again of the closure. Remind myself as well. Okay, now I've got my scallop ring. Just grab that. Which is going to go there. And then I've got my circle. She says confidently. Oh my goodness, where's it gone? Here it is. That is going to go there. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to stamp thanks from the biggest wish stamp set. I'm going to use this thanks this time. Again, I'm going to do it in fresh freesia. And it will just about fit on this this blank. It's quite a tight fit, but it will fit. And I've not quite stamped that right, so I'm going to just try and there we go. Not bad. If it's photopolymer, you can just go back in if you're really careful. There we go. So this is going to go here. So we're going to mark halfway, and then I'm going to try and mark from there on the back as well so that I can see where I need to put glue. So that's gone there. So I don't want glue obviously on this side that it's going to come up. So I need glue on that side to glue that down. So let's put some Tombow. Oh, that's coming out quick. Just spread this out. So just going to do it from the back so that I can see, and then quickly check that that's straight. Slightly needs changing. There, that's my circle, and then my frame is going to go there. So I'm going to put some glue around half of this. Spread it out. And then I'm going to glue it, keeping my circle in place, making sure where I've put the glue, that's the top, and glue. Oh, I've stuck the wrong side, have I? Oh no, it's just sticking to the thing. There we go. No, I haven't stuck the wrong side, just stuck to the thing. So just when you've got it in position, just give it a good push, and that's more or less it. So just give that a minute to dry. It's really pretty, this one, don't you think? And that just goes through there. Now it's not quite dry yet, so I wouldn't force it at the minute, but it will be dry. So there we go. Really interesting closure. I need to leave that because it keeps coming apart. It just needs to glue down a little bit more. But that's it from me today. I hope you've enjoyed watching that. Like you might know, fancy folds are not my thing, but I did quite enjoy making that one. I hope you like my cards. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a lovely day. If you want to purchase anything that I've used, just nip back down to the description, and everything, all the details you need will be down there. All the links to everything you need, my online shop, my blog. If you want to join my team, everything is down below. That's it from me today. Thanks for watching. Bye.